Morning, gang. It's Sunday, the 7th of April, 2019. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire, boys and girls, on a rather overcast Sunday. I expected the sun to be shining out this morning, but no sunshine. Never mind, we'll carry on. I was just watching Casualty before I came upstairs. I got up around about 7:45 this morning, and watching Casualty. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, there I was, sitting there having my breakfast, overnight oats out of a jar. You know, some porridge oats, some blueberries, and some fat-free yoghurt, all mixed together and put in the fridge last night, just before I left for work. That it all kind of melts into the oats. It's like it's like just one big jar full of guns, really. And I'm sitting there eating it, and this woman, oh, where did that come from? This woman keeps getting headaches and she blacked out a couple of times. She ends up in hospital and they can't find out what's wrong with her. And a doctor, who's the one who's really serious? I really like him. He's just straight. He plays it completely straight down the line. He doesn't really smile or anything like that. Can't think of his name. Dr. Keogh? Dr. Keogh? Might be Dr. Keogh. Can't decide whether he's straight or gay, that one, dear. And he said to the trainee doctor, well, you've thought about what is normal. Try and think about something that isn't normal, something you wouldn't expect. Anyway, so they're looking in her eye, and there's a tapeworm. There's a little worm wriggles out of her eye. Well, it doesn't wriggle out of her eye. It's kind of behind whatever that thing is in front of your eye, like the little glass bit, but it's not glass, is it? Some sort of liquid thing. And there's a tapeworm wiggling out. Oh, no. It's wriggling around in her eye. They take her in for like not an operation, but more a procedure, I suppose. And he says, right, I'm just going to scratch the surface of the eye. So he scratches it, and then this tapeworm comes out of the little scratch. And he gets a pair of tweezers and pulls it out, and it's ever so long. Oh, how awful. Isn't that? If you're having... It come from pork, apparently. She was on holiday in Bali, and she'd had some sort of pork. This is what happens when you eat dead animals, dears. I'm telling you now, you take your life in your hands every time you eat a bit of dead animal, otherwise known as meat. Ow, I don't like to think about it. Like, it's a dead animal, dear. How many times do I have to tell you? Dead animals. If you eat dead animals, you open yourself to... Oh, you never got a tapeworm from a carrot or an onion. I'm sure you didn't. You didn't get a tapeworm from a carrot or an onion, did you? No. She'd had this pork thing in Bali, apparently, and they reckon that's where it came from. What you got for Sunday dinner? Something nice, have you? Not pork by any chance, is it? You'll be thinking about that today. You got a nice big pork roast in there. You'll be just about to cut in. Oh, I wonder if there's any tapeworms in this pork. You could, tomorrow morning, wake up with a blinding headache to be taken to hospital and have a worm pulled out your eye. How awful. Ghastly things. So that was Casualty on there. It's a very good Casualty. It's very sad as well, because Duffy, who has been in it for years, on and off, like 25 years, she's now got multiple sclerosis. And her husband, the great Charlie, who's been in it since day one, is losing the plot a bit because he doesn't know how to cope. Isn't that a terrible thing, MS? Because you never know what's going to happen. 1 minute you can be walking around, and next minute just fall on the floor because your muscles have given up. I know a few people with MS. Not a nice thing to have. So that's Casualty I was watching earlier. Charlie, told you Charlie. Funnily enough, talking about tweezers on eyes, I had to perform a minor operation last night when I got home from work. Yes, I was doing something last night, and every time I moved my finger across something, I thought, oh, that hurts. And so I got my glasses, and it was really small. I had to put my glasses on like that while I was at work. And I looked, and there was a little black... Now, which finger was it? I think it was that one, actually. Was it that? Yeah, that's that one. Was it that one? Or was it that one? I'm not sure now. Hang on. Don't know. I can't even see it now, so it doesn't matter. And I looked, and there was a little black speck in there. And I thought, oh, I got a splinter. Aren't they annoying? Such a tiny little thing, and they're so annoying. And it looks black, and I thought, well, it don't look like a wood one. And then it occurred to me, I remember when I got a new bed this week down at the caravan. And I was taking the old one to the dump yesterday here in Bracknell, and I dropped it off at the dump, and it's part of it was an old frame bed. Bloody nightmare to make, I tell you. When those beds drop in the frame, terrible. Got a divan now. And the metal bits I was taking apart, and I remember what was that? You know, when I went like that and didn't think anything more of it. So I reckon it was a bit of black metal that had got stuck in there. So I came in last night from work, I had my dinner, come up here into the stairs. I've got a little light here. I put the light on. I performed an operation in here last night. A procedure. Perhaps I could be a doctor. I mean, how would you like one of my hands up you having a look around? Would you like that? Eh? Some people are into that. Dreadful things they're into, dear. Gus, not to talk about on this programme, especially not on a Sunday morning before I've even been to church. It's not my turn to play the organ today. I should just be there in the congregation. That's a good word, isn't it? Congregation. Do you like that word? Congregation. Yes. So I sat here and I got out a safety pin and a pair of tweezers and a pair of nail clippers. And I put the kettle on, boiling water, poured it over my three. It was just like going in an operating theatre. I got a clean plate out of the cupboard. Put that next to the sink. I got my 3 items and poured boiling water over them and laid them carefully out of the plate. And I come upstairs. I'd already washed my hands a couple of times in antibacterial soapy water coming out of the tap. Not the soapy water coming out, you know what I mean. I come up here, put my plate down, put my glasses on. Right, here we go. It was like an operation. And sometimes they come out easily, splinters, and other times they don't. But you must be very careful how you do it, because you don't want to get stuck in there. So I got the safety pin and went like that. I thought, how easy would this be? And I squeezed my finger, and it popped out. It popped out. It's like the tapeworm in the eye. Yes, it popped out, this little... So I got the tweezers and I went, and I got it. Straight out. Thank you very much. Didn't need the nail clippers. Sometimes I use the nail clippers to kind of cut the skin around it a little bit. But if it's just on the surface, then you can't feel it. You know, you just cut the skin on the surface. If you have to go any deeper, you can't really do it. But horrible things, aren't they, splinters? And got the little splinter, and it was really tiny. I mean, it was just like a speck of dust. How can that cause so much pain like that? Mind you, it's like dogs, isn't it? Little yappy dogs. Like that all the time. They can cause a lot of pain in your ears. So that was my night last night. Much excitement at work last night. Something happened at work. Yes, so I'd done my job. I was hosting last night, doing a little bit of DJing. Working with an excellent artist. Called Aaron. Aaron is his name. Oh, of course, what's his name now? Vicky Vivacious, cabaret artist. Fantastic show. After that, went upstairs to get paid. Someone's only gone upstairs while the show was on, smashed the window upstairs, gone into the fridge and nicked loads of bottles of wine. Yes. Oh, don't touch the door, Chris. The police are coming. They might want to what's that called? Fingerprint it. You know, do I doubt it, actually, to be honest. Someone had gone upstairs, not someone from downstairs, and smashed the window, got in, and nicked bottles of wine from the fridge. I mean, how much can they be worth? Got to be a druggie, innit? Got to be a druggie. You know, how much are you going to get for a bottle of wine on the black market? 2 quid? 3 quid? Something like that? 2 carrier bags full of wine would have been worth, I don't know, 30 quid, I would imagine. But I suppose that's enough for a hit, isn't it? 30 quid. How much is a hit? Who's on heroin today? Can someone tell me how much is an injection of heroin? So much excitement last night at work. Anyway, that was my evening last night. Let's say hello to some of you this morning now. Good morning to Shania. Good morning, Shania. On the Isle of Wight. First message in from her this morning. Good morning to Rob Shaggy Kershaw. I had to re-add. Did I have to re-add you, Rob, I think? I re-added you yesterday for some reason. I don't know how you dropped out there. A lot of people, I keep getting duplicate requests from various people on the Facebook. Are they scams? I often wonder if it's a scam. This is the trouble. If you, for some reason, you've closed your account and opened another one, then I think it's a good idea perhaps to send a message to whoever you want to refriend to let them know before you send the friend thing. Because I often just delete them. You know, our friend Kevin Webster, who used to join the show all the time, I keep getting ones from him, and I'm sure it's not him, so I just delete them. Just send a message first, and I've had to close my Facebook or something like that. Here's my new one. Please delete the old one and add the new one. Something like that. Otherwise, you don't know. It could be a scam. People trying to steal your personal information, dear. Although what they're going to do with mine, I really don't know. Morning to Andy. Diane Jeb, good morning, you lovely Diane. Hope you're recovering all right, my love, all right? Gustav, are we not at the council travellers site today? No, Gustav, we are at my Royal Berkshire home. Thank you. Morning to Andy. Hello, Mike Caswell. Dilly. Morning, Mike. Gary Davidson's there. Mike says it's the best intro ever. Yes, it's quite long, Mike. I think you're new to the show, aren't you, Mike? Welcome along. The reason there's such a long intro is to allow people to join us before we start. I always give it 5 minutes, you know, because it's not like television. I'm not like here at 9 o'clock every morning. So everyone will be there at 9 o'clock or whatever. How many? 12 today. That's 14 million people are with us this morning. You can only see 14, can't you? That is actually in millions. 14 million people are with us for the show today. And the reason for the long intro is that it allows people to join us before we actually start. Otherwise, if I just came in here and started, there'd be no one there. Be talking to myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It is apparently a sign of madness, and I admit to being mad. Please come and cart me away and feed me. Thank you. Good morning to Chantel. Is Brexit happening? Who knows, my darling? Even the politicians don't know, darling. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Hello to Colin. Morning, Colin. Hello to Shahid. Adrian Richardson is in the house. So good morning, Adrian. He was in the pub last night. Did you enjoy the show last night? Very good. And she got a great voice. Vicky Vivacious. Very good. Michael Boldman is there. Morning, Michael, who's listening through my stereo while driving on holidays, visiting family. Where is that, Michael? I think you're Melbourne, aren't you? Where are you driving to? Gustav, you can get a bag of skag for about 20 quid to keep you going, but a good 40 quid's worth lasts for the day. That's probably what happened. Someone nicked all the wine upstairs in the fridge, Gustav. Was it you? Was it you? We've got them on camera. I mean, how stupid can you be to not realise? I think every single pub in London now is surrounded by cameras. Not just one. They're all over the place. Cameras that you can see and also cameras you can't see. None in the toilets. Don't worry. There are no cameras in the toilets. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure that will be coming soon. Hello to Darren. Morning, Darren. Hello. I love you, Chris Reardon. I love me as well, Darren. Believe me. Let me tell you, no one loves me more than I love myself. As a few people have mentioned now and again. They have. Good morning, Darren. How much can you get for a win on the black market? About 2 quid. Wine dear. Please check your spellings before you send stuff over. Sometimes I look at these messages and it's like trying to read a different language and convert it back into English before I say it. Dear me. Morning to Paul and Lou in Birmingham. Nice to see you've arrived a little bit earlier than usual. Morning to you too. Incidentally, we're coming to you via a different connection today. I'll tell you about that shortly. Rob, I was just following. Oh, okay. Rob was just following. I wasn't an actual friend. Okay, I didn't realise that, Rob. I have noticed that when I just followed, the notifications don't come through. Oh, don't they? No, that's something I didn't know. This morning, after you adding me yesterday, the notification to say you had gone live came through straight away. I don't know how, I'll be honest, I don't know how the notifications things work. I'm not quite sure. I know people on YouTube get them and people on Facebook get them. But how that actually happens, I don't know. I always say it's probably best to sign up to both because sometimes one or the other or both don't work, so you never know, do you? Good morning to JP. JP's in the house. Good morning, my flower, JP. Adrian, what are you dreaming about last night? I wasn't there. Was it too much wine? Oh, were you there Friday? Am I getting confused here? Perhaps you were there Friday. I don't know. Maybe Friday you were there. Good. Karaoke was good Friday night. Excellent night for the karaoke. Lots of new faces. We really do have a great time. I host a karaoke night at Central Station in North London on Fridays, and we have such a laugh in there. Nice crowd, nice people, no one too pushy. Not many ballads are being done at the moment, which is great. There's nothing worse than a night full of ballads. Really some nice upbeat songs. And Maureen comes and does her Abba. She did Super Trooper. I like it when Maureen does the Abba. Oh, we got some texts in this morning. Morning to Simon Keane. There's the text number up there. If you find you can't get your messages through on there, and that happens sometimes, okay, just let us know. Or send a text in, rather, on the texting number. UK number. It's not premium rate, just a normal text number, okay? 07551 259 675 is the texting number. Don't call it. No one will answer. It's not a phone number. Well, it is a phone number, but no one will ever answer that number, okay? 07551 259 675 is the text number. Good morning to Carl, who is new this morning. Good morning to Carl Hewer. Whereabouts are you, sir? Whereabouts are you, Carl? JP, how's your stomach? It seems to have cleared itself, to be honest, John. Probably wind. It could well be. I just don't know. But they have booked me in now for a scan. I'm going to have a ultra, like those pregnancy scans. I'm going to have one of those in a couple of weeks. Now, I have had one a couple of years ago, which revealed nothing. I'm not really, to be honest, expecting them to find anything again, but I might as well have it done to see if there is anything going on there, some sort of blockage or something. But it's certainly, the stomach has at last calmed right down. It's not so much of a pain now. It comes up and it goes down. It was just that I went to the doctor last time because it had gone on so long. Those of you that don't know, I had a burst appendix about 20 odd years ago. And it's that area there that sometimes it's painful, okay? And I personally think I've got waste getting stuck there, and eventually it comes through. Why it gets stuck, I don't know. My mate says maybe you've got a bit of intestine twisted. Now and again it twists and eventually it opens itself. I don't know. We're not doctors, are we? Really? So I have got a scan, although I've got to change the date because I'm actually away on that morning, so I'll have to get the date changed and deal with that. So thank you for asking that. I appreciate that. Michael's in. Oh, so I beg your pardon. Michael's in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast, but is visiting Warwick, which is in the country. Back in the country. La da 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 da. Ah, Carl's in Bridlington, Yorkshire. Yorkshire, what a beautiful place that is. Oh, I was down there last year, up in Yorkshire. My caravan is in Lincolnshire, so not too far from Yorkshire, and we visited the coast where the steam train is. Oh gosh, I got Whitley, Whitby. I think it's Whitby. We visited Whitby where they had the steam train. Oh, it's a little fishing village, and they've got all the boats and that. Oh, it's a fantastic place to visit. I'm sure Whitby. Is it Whitby? I think it's Whitby. Where the steam train, and you get a steam train. Oh, and it's blooming marvellous. It's all old-fashioned. You get on this train, you pay your money, and you go on this little journey. The countryside is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And on the train, it's all run by volunteers. A bloke comes up with a tea urn and serves... No machine, tea urn. Would you like some biscuits? And they got cakes, and you can buy these things while you're sitting there enjoying the journey. Whitby, oh, you're so lucky. I love Yorkshire. Totally love it. And you go so far, and you can get off at different stops. We went to where Emmerdale was filmed. No, was it Emmerdale? No. Oh, God, what's that name of that programme now? You know where I mean, Carl. Tell us where I'm meaning. Not Emmerdale. Something else was filmed there, which isn't. I don't think it's on anymore. And it was Nick. Nick was a policeman in it, who was from EastEnders. Nick Berry. He was a policeman in it. Can't think of the name of the programme now. Anyone think what that is? And it was filmed at this place in Yorkshire, and we got off that station and we went to the pub where it was all filmed, and there's an old police car and all that. I can't recommend it enough. If you ever want to go to Yorkshire for a little holiday, so much around there. Go and see the beautiful countryside. Heartbeat. Thank you very much, Andy. Heartbeat. Rob says Heartbeat as well. That's the programme. Just beautiful, and you can have some food in one of the pubs up there. Although if you go into the pub where they did the filming, I've got to tell you, make sure you get in there by 2 o'clock because they stop. It stops. Oh, yeah, it's not like London where you can walk in at any time of the day or night and order a meal. No, I think it was about 1:30 we got there, actually. 1:30, something like that. Let's just scroll back a bit there. Let's have a look. James in Essex, good morning to you. Have you ever done a saltwater flush? Harrowing experience, but it clears you out. No, what's that, James? Oh, Christ, I don't like the sound of that. A salt, is that like one of those not enemas? What's that thing? Colonic irrigation. Doesn't Simon Cowell have that? Maybe that's why he's so fat. Simon Cowell. It's all the water being pumped in and not coming back out properly. Hello to Thomas. Good morning, Thomas, on Vaughan Live there. Whitby is the place, yes, as we were saying. Paul says there's a Whitby Goth Festival as well. Yes, I saw posters of that when we were up there. I'm back on holiday in May, actually, for a week. We're going to Mablethorpe, which actually isn't too... It's only about 45 minutes from my caravan, Mablethorpe, but that's in Lincolnshire. But I would love to go back to Whitby again for a short break. I did say to my best mate, I said to him, we'll go there. You know, maybe we'll book a room or something like that in one of the... There's loads of bed and breakfasts and like above pubs and things like that, because I'd just love him to... I'd just loved... Or maybe we could stay in Whitby, actually. There's loads of hotels there, isn't there? And we could... I'd like to take him on the train and go up and down, and also walk along by all those wonderful little fishing boats. And you've got the bridge that opens up, and all those old... If you go across the bridge in Whitby... So you've got the kind of main part of it on that side, and you go across this bridge, which opens and closes, and up there, turn left, and there's all these old shops up there. One place that they just make fudge. This particular shop just makes fudge and little tea houses. I can't remember if there's a castle or something as you go up and look round up this steep thing, and there's a castle. I think there's a castle and an old church at the top. So there we are. John's thinking of getting a caravan up in Yorkshire. Well, it would be lovely, John. As I've said to you before, John's been thinking about getting a caravan for ages. Go first and have a look round. You want to be happy with what you can see there. And also, try and find other caravan owners on the site to talk to, because some of them are run much better than others, okay? And check out your ground rent as well. I have an amazing ground rent of just £1,400 a year, which, funnily enough, I've just paid. You know, I don't know how they make any money, to be honest. I've heard of ground rents of £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 a year. Depends what you want. Check it out first, John, okay? Rob says, if you ever sum over again, you need to visit Hanworth. Where's Hayworth? Oh, is that in Yorkshire? Is it Hayworth? I don't know Hayworth. What's there? Paul and Lou wonders how much wine's stored up there in that caravan, JP. Does he drink wine a lot? Carl says heartbeat. Thank you very much, Carl. That's the one. Adam says heartbeat. James Dean. Good morning to James Dean. Look, he's there this morning. He runs a radio station up in Tameside. Have you had a change of management up there or something? Someone was on the internet a couple of weeks ago. I won't name them, but they seem to be very upset about the whole thing you got going on there. Obviously not you, but someone else. Have you had a change of management or something? James, drink 1 litre of salt water, Epsom or Himalayan salt, and it triggers a movement. Once you start, you don't stop. Oh, that sounds like that stuff before you have to have this powdered stuff before you go and have a camera up there. Did you know that? Oh, it's dreadful. And I read the instructions wrong. I had that. That was about I think it's about 3 years ago. I had a camera, because this stomach thing's been going on for years, but they don't want to open you up and have a look. That's the trouble. So I had these, I got this stuff, and I just said to the chemist randomly, when should I take? Is it an overnight thing? Do I take it just before I go to bed? He said, yeah, probably that'll be all right. Okay, so that was fine. So it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I just got in from work, and I've got the procedure the next day. Okay, so I've had a packet of this powder. Right, and then I thought, well, I'll have it just before I go to bed. I'll watch the telly. So I've had this powder, and I'm watching the telly. Oh my God, I've got to go. And of course, that kept me up for 2 hours. It don't stop. It's awful. Epsom salt. So yeah, my mum used to have Epsom salts. I'm sure she did. I can't remember what they're supposed to be for. Actually, I'm not quite sure. Hey, Clear Hall Caravan Shop. Is that Clear Hall? I'll have a look at that. Clear Hall. Clear. Let me write that down. I'll have a look at that. Where's my bit of paper? Clear Hall. Clear. CLEA Hall. Caravan Park. Is that in Yorkshire? Such a beautiful place, Yorkshire. It really is. Paul, the ruins of the Abbey is awesome. Amazing and romantic. It's an abbey up there, is it? An old abbey. I knew there was something right at the top of the hill. You kind of come, there's a tea house on the right, and then you go up a bit further, and there's something up there. I couldn't remember what it was now. You're not there anymore, James. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right, I'll send you a Facebook message later, James, and you can tell me what's where you are now. Are you still in radio? I hope you're still in radio because you love doing it, don't you? You must send me a little message and I'll have a look at that. Maybe after I come back from church a little bit later. All right. Morning to Ian Thrussell. Morning, Ian. He's just been to Bali. Got a bit sunburnt there. He was telling me, actually, one of my other friends is in Bali at the moment. That's a long flight and it's like going to Australia. Oh my God, what a nightmare that flight. Did you go into business seats, dear? With a nice flat bed? Oh, I can't imagine sitting in the back of the plane for like 24 hours with your knees up someone's arse. Or mustn't say arse on a Sunday. I haven't been to church yet. Very bad. Paul's had the camera as well. He's in perfect shape. You could have fault me, Paul. I did see you the other week, dear. Perfect. Is that what you call yourself? Perfect shape? Well, if you say so. Who am I to argue against you, Paul? JP has had the camera. It was okay until I felt the doctor's hands on my shoulders. You can feel that camera. Oh, yeah. You see, I didn't have any sedation. I had no sedation or any. I didn't even have pain relief. And they put the camera up. And this nurse is holding your hand. And I'm laying there. We can talk about this stuff, can't we? I'm laying there on my phone. And there's a TV screen up there. You can, if you want to. I didn't want to. I didn't watch. That you can actually watch the position of the camera on the screen in front of you if you want to. I didn't look. And she's going, oh, you're doing... This nurse is holding your hand. You're lovely Irish lady. Oh, she was so nice. Oh, you're doing very well. You're doing very well, Christopher. And she keeps you talking, you see. And there isn't much pain. In fact, I would say to you, there was no pain at all, other than a few seconds when he pushes a button and he pumps air in, I think to blow up inside you and have a look around. That's when it hurt. That's when it's like going like... And now push it really hard and it hurts your cheeks, doesn't it? And I think that's what was going on then. So if the procedure took 10 to 15 minutes, out of that, it hurt 3 or 4 times for about 10 seconds each time. No more than that. So if you ever go for one of those procedures, of course, the benefit of not having any sedation or any pain relief or anything like that is literally as soon as they've finished, you go into the other room, have a cup of tea and a sandwich, and that's it, you go. If you have the sedation, you've got to hang around for like 2 or 3 hours before it wears off. Like that. I know, I don't like to be like that. Not since I stopped going to raves, anyway. Oh, don't, dear. I used to be like... We used to go to this place called Turnmills. The night was called Trade. And there was also FF and Melt. I didn't like Melt. And Gallery. And Trade was this gay night. And it was the club was called Turnmills. This would have been right throughout the 90s I used to go. Oh, my God, with the state of us in there. I mean, I used to have to hold the wall to go up the stairs to get to the toilet. Wonderful times. Let's just scroll back there. 1 minute. It's the camera. John says it's the cameraman that hurt me. Don't they? You loved it, didn't you? Good morning to Zed's Dead. Is this live? Yes, indeed. As you can see from the clock behind me there, 20 to 10 on a Sunday, okay? Paul says, agreed on the outside. I've experienced expansion as well. Dear. Ian, it was a nice holiday, but I broke my arm in 3 places. Yeah, I saw that. Sorry, I meant to mention that. So couldn't do much out there. 17-hour flight. Oh, it's long, isn't it, Ian? You want to go to Australia? Have you been to Australia? That's like 24 hours. It's too much. It really is too much. Adam, you should have filmed it and played it out for all to see. No, I don't think you want to see that. Presumably, there's a little bit of mess afterwards, but they clean that up and you never know about it. Thank God for that. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning. There's Gustav. He's still here. Come on, love. You could only fit a camera up there, but a sound man, a lighting, not only a camera, but a sound man, a lighting man, and a makeup artist. Let's be honest, you're no stranger to any of them. How rude. Rude. Good morning to Dean Speirs. We're all here today, aren't we? Christ, why are you all sitting at home bored to tears or something? Are you all just waking up? And I bet Dean's just waking up. He won't have been up by 8 o'clock in the morning like I am, Dean. Come on, Dean, you get a bit old to do all that clubbing now, aren't you? Huh? I've seen those pictures. You can barely make it till 11 o'clock, let alone 2 or 3. What time is that place open till? Where did you go last night? Dear me. Let's just read this text here from... So where's Maureen this morning? Maureen's not here today, is she? Simon Keane... Oh, hang on a minute. What's happened here? Mother's Day. There it is. Simon Keane, Mother's Day. My mum used to come out with all these sayings like it's better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all, which is rubbish because you would not say that if you lost your 855 quid. iPhone. Oh, it's better to have lost an iPhone than to have never had an iPhone at all. Better not to have ever loved. It wouldn't cost most of the blokes so much money then, dear, in divorce fees. God's sake. Don't get married. Cost you a fortune, that will. Adam, I love trade. I would go there with 20 quid and leave sober and not high with 70 to 100 quid. Is that right? Ian just got in. Oh, he's still DJing, Ian. I didn't know that. Ian drives great big lorries now. He used to be a DJ at GAY. And I got him the job there. Do you remember that, Ian? Wow. I got him the job there at GAY. I rang up Jeremy Joseph. I said, I've got this lad here who's quite a good DJ. He'd like a job with you. And I think the two of them got together. And he was there for years. Years, Ian. Was at GAY, and now he drives big lorries, and he's just a little, I think, Saturday night DJing job at Pink Punters, which is that Milton Keynes? I think you're in Milton Keynes, somewhere like that. Yeah, Dean, just woke up from an 11-hour sleep, so you can't do it anymore, can you, Dean? Try and keep up with the rest of us, dear. Try and keep up. That's it. Now, let's have a look. Oh, here's my new gadget. Now, I did say to you at the beginning of the show, I could be saving you money here, but don't do it yet because I'm trying it out. Right, are you ready? I could save you money here. How's your internet? How much do you pay for your internet? Now, if you've bundled in TV channels and telephones and all that, then I don't know how all that works. I only have broadband. I don't have any subscription television at all, apart from Netflix, which cost me 10 quid a month. That's it. That's the only subscription. I haven't got any Sky or anything like that. But what I do have, or what I did have, I've still got it, is Virgin Broadband. I'm on the fastest package, 350 meg. But you're not watching me through that today. I turned it off yesterday because I'm trying out something new. Now, I pay for my Virgin Broadband £53 a month. That's just broadband, and there's a phone line chucked in downstairs, which I never use. So £53 a month for very fast broadband, which, I have to say, is extremely reliable. Very rarely goes down. If something does go wrong, you ring them up, it's fixed really quickly. Blisteringly fast. Never get any buffering or anything like that. But why do we need 350 meg? That's what my mate said, who used to work for BT. I work for BT myself, but I left BT before there was internet or computers. It was a long time ago. And he said, blimey, what do you need that for? I said, well, it's just that. He said, you don't need that. And I was already aware that I could go to other internet service providers and flip over to them perhaps and find it a bit or indeed a lot cheaper. There's lots of other people. Vodafone was one that I came across, and for a wired connection, for their fastest wired connection, is £29 a month. And that's about, I think they said that one is 65 meg. And that's all you'd need. It's all you'd need. But Three, the mobile telecommunications company, Three do a home 4G broadband. No wires. It works over the 4G. Now, when I do my shows from the caravan, that's all tethered to my mobile phone and comes to you from 4G. So yesterday, I'd ordered it last week. When I picked up my new Huawei, I can never say this. What a stupid name, isn't it? Huawei. My 4G router. There it is. And that's how you're watching the show today. It's just over by the window. I won't move it in case I change the position, because I think sometimes you can move something and it lose connection or something like that. But that's how you're watching today, okay? There are no wires to this, and it's so easy to set up. I've checked my broadband speeds. I'm getting about 20 to 25 meg down, and the same going up, 20 to 25 meg going up. This is from 4G. So there's two computers. Let me tell you how it works. A little bit of technical, okay? There's two computers. They're wirelessly connected to the broadband, okay? Wirelessly connected to that, and that goes straight out over 4G. There is no fibre wire or copper wire connected to that box. It is literally a box plugged into the mains sitting on the window, and that's how you're watching the show today. My Virgin Broadband thing comes to an end. The contract comes to the end at the end of May. So this gives me plenty of time to try this out. It seems to be working okay at the moment. But, tomorrow might be a problem. But I need to know that it works as well as my Virgin Broadband. And if so, then I'll cancel the Virgin Broadband and we'll just stick to that. The difference between this and that, well, that one is 53 quid. This is £22 a month. Yesterday, my mate came round and we watched the latest episode of Star Trek on Netflix with no problems whatsoever. There's no buffering or anything like that. It just looks as it normally looks when I'm using the Virgin Broadband. Worked perfectly all right. So there we are. In actual fact, internet-wise, I spend £63 a month because I've got the £53 Virgin Broadband here, and up at the caravan I've got a little mobile dongle thing which I have to pay £10 a month, and that allows me to communicate with my heating. That I've got these Wi-Fi plugs, and just about half hour before I get up there, if it's cold, I turn on 2 fan heaters that are in the living room, so you get there and it's lovely and warm when you get there. So actually it's £63 a month broadband that I pay altogether. If I have one of these here, £22 a month, and another one of those up at the caravan, £22 a month. Well, that's 44, 54, 64. That's nearly £20 a month saved. 250 quid a year. That's a holiday. So it's definitely worth doing, but I want to try it out first. Notice I've got it, and if I find it's not particularly good for here, then that's the one I'll take up to the caravan. I've connected everything to it now. My two computers up here. They're only old. They're not new computers or nothing expensive in here really. 2 computers here. The television's been connected. The Ring doorbell. I've got one of those video doorbells. That's connected to it. My Apple thing is connected to it. My Apple TV. That's really old. That is. I've had that. I've got that was the first generation Apple TV, but it allows me to stream stuff to my bedroom TV from the phone if I'm just about to nod off to bed or something. And the hard disk recorder downstairs, all now connected to this wirelessly, no wires, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. It certainly does today. I may on the unit itself, it's got so many bars of signal, and that's full up. It's full up. So there we are. You might want to try it yourself, but let me try it first for a couple of weeks and we'll see how it goes. That's the router. There's no setup for you at all. 4G router from 3. Fantastic. Some of the other mobile broadband, mobile telephone companies are doing a very similar thing. It might be in your area. EE or something like that is working better than 3. It's funny, I was on EE for years and years. And what happened was I started streaming the karaoke and I kept running out of data and it was costing me money. And then I noticed 3 were doing an unlimited data thing. So I bought a pay-as-you-go SIM card. I thought I'd just try it out. And I actually found I had better signal in most places than I did on EE. I hardly ever get cut off now while I'm going up and down motorways and things like that on the hands-free. Fantastic. So that's how you're watching now. You're watching on 4G and will be for at least the next few weeks just to see how it copes with everything. And it's so far so good. So fingers crossed with that. All right. Adam, what is your secret to remember all of us? You seem to be able to remember where you know us from and where we met. I don't know. I don't remember everyone. Sometimes people do come up to us. As you know, I only do the one job now at Central Station, which I love it there. It's very down to earth. It's not fake at all. Everyone is as they seem. If someone doesn't like you, then it's pretty obvious. There's no fakeness in there. I don't like fakeness. There's certain places that I've worked over the years that are so fake, it's unbelievable. At Central Station isn't one of them. But people do come up to us in there sometimes, and I haven't got a clue who they are. Hello, Chris, how are you? I haven't seen you for years. Now, sometimes a little light bulb will come in and burst onto my head like that. And I thought, oh yeah, I know this person, I'm not sure what for. And I try and coerce them into revealing who they are or where they've come from. Although it doesn't always work. But sometimes, and it's happened, hello, Chris, how are you? Not a clue who they are. Not a clue. And I do feel rude if I don't remember someone, but I do remember a lot of people. I can have people walk in who I haven't seen for 20 years and know them instantly. It depends, I suppose, on the relationship that you've had with them in the past. You know, if you've been friendly with them in the past and had conversations and that, then you recognise them. But I certainly don't remember everyone. Not everyone. I mean, I don't know who you are, Adam. Who are you, dear? Who are you? Ian's got Sky TV, phone line and internet, 20 meg, £38 a month. That sounds pretty good, Ian. He's got it all. Look, Sky TV. The thing is, Ian, I don't really watch Sky. The only thing I have on is Netflix because and I got that for Star Trek. And since then, I've watched loads of other stuff. I'm watching the Madeleine McCann thing at the moment. Anyone watching that on Netflix? Madeleine McCann. I can't believe it. I've got to episode 6 and they still haven't found her. Where is she? You know, Madeleine McCann, that's what I'm watching on there at the moment. But the Star Trek, I don't know any of you are watching Star Trek Discovery. This week's episode is just out of this world. It's so well made. Anyway, should I tell you what happens in it? I don't know if I should tell you. I will. You know Christopher Pike, so he's the captain, because this is Star Trek Discovery, which is set before the Enterprise. Christopher Pike was one of the captains on there, and he gets shown the future. And in this future, he gets caught up in this radiation explosion on his starship and ends up with a burnt face. And it's suddenly tied up with an episode of the original Star Trek where Christopher Pike made an appearance in a wheelchair with all his face... I nearly swore then. Nearly swore with all his face damaged on the side. Very, very clever writing. Amazing. And there's like a 50 gap between when these two things were filmed. So they've mapped. So now you know how Christopher Pike had his face damaged on the side. Very, very good indeed. I can't praise that series enough. Star Trek Discovery. Really very good on the Netflix there. Craig. Hello to Craig McKenzie. Good morning. 4G router. Interesting. I've got the 3 SIM cards after you recommended it. I'm with Virgin and big money, so I'll see how you go with this. Yeah, as I say, you'll know what your 4G signal is like in your house because you've now got the phone. So if you've got a good strong 4G signal there, then this will probably work for you as well. But let me try it first, okay, before you start splashing out money or anything like that. Let me try it for a 4 week. I've got about 7 weeks before my Virgin contract runs out. So I would want to tell them sort of 3 or 4 weeks before so that it cancels at that point. So at the moment, in effect at the moment, I'm paying for 2. But that will only happen once or twice, you see, just to see how it goes. But I've actually turned off the Virgin broadband router completely just to test this out properly, because I need to know it's going to work properly. Adam, I take it you'll have to do shows at different times of the day to see what the speed is like. Yes. I don't know how the 4G works. I understand wired connections. So, for example, take your big green cabinet. You know the green box where all the telephone wires go, right? I understand how that works. So, if in that green box there are 100 connections, so there's a pair of wires coming to my house, or a broadband thing, that goes to that one, so there's 99 now. That one goes to that house, so there's only 98 now. So you can imagine, when 100 houses have connected to that cabinet, there's no more left. So your 2 wires go to that bit in that box, right? I understand that. Now, does 4G internet work the same? I don't know. Is it like there are, although be it wireless, is it like having a pair of wires or a broadband cable connected to something, so you're on that bit all the time, so no one else connects to it? I don't know how it works. It's just a complete mystery. I looked it up last night. How does 4G work? No idea at all, dear. Yeah, but do you see what I mean? Is it like the same as having wires going somewhere? Are you like permanently connected to this place, to this point in the tower? I don't know how it works. Don't know. Wayne, good morning. Bargain, dear. Unfortunately, my 3 signal at home isn't good. 1 or 2 bars. I have 3 on my mobile, unlimited data. Oh, well, that's a shame. You could try one of the others, Wayne. I don't know. How much do you spend, Wayne, on your broadband? How much do you lot spend on your broadbands? Do let us know. Hello to Passeribo. Good morning, Passeribo. Vectis is in the house. Good morning, Vectis. Do I remember you? Are you a new person, Vectis? Sorry, are you new? I don't think I know you. Are you a new person? I've never heard of your name before. Vectis Humpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Oh, my voice is loud today. Can't wait to get in that church and blast them all with my singing talents. Thank you. Do you remember Nico? All that worry. Yeah, all that worry, Ian. Ian, all that... Can I let you into a secret, Ian? I've got all that worry now as well. Have done for some time. Don't tell anyone, though. What about you? Have you got all that worry? Do you know other ones of our friends have got all that worry? Not a word now. That can be our little secret, as a teacher once said to me. I'm very naughty this morning. Hello to Wayne. Very true regarding Central Station. Oh, it is fantastic in there, Wayne. No pretense at all, is there? No pretense in there. Hello to Shania, who's just back. What do you mean you're just back from breakfast? What, have you gone out for breakfast, Shania? Oh, are you one of those people that go... I know people who go out for breakfast. They do it in America all the time at a place called Denny's. I love Denny's. Stacks of pancakes covered in maple syrup. Yes, please, mummy. Hello to Victorash. Good morning in Romania this morning. Good morning to Victorash. Welcome to the show, sir. Adam, how very dare you? Black Cap 1989 when it was just a sweet 17. I was only 16. Da 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 da. Da, da, happy, but is there any what are songs with the word 17 in it? I know Heaven's 17. Da 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 da. Temptation. That one. If you'd have played that one, Ian, at your discos, you might have kept the job, love. Heaven's 17. They did a remix of that, didn't they? Temptation years ago. Do you remember that? Around about 92, 91, something like that. Oh, Sarah Lou Lace, thank you for joining us, dear. I'm glad you managed to cart your carcass out of bed this morning and join us. Very late. Good morning, Sarah. Just had boiled eggs. The kitchen smells like farts. I'm not a fan of boiled eggs, or especially when you overdo them and they go hard. I don't like chopped up hard eggs. I like scrambled eggs and fried eggs, but you've got to turn it over. Oh, if it's not cooked properly or there's that snot on the top. Oh, bleh, bleh. Nasty. Nasty. Wayne pays... £19.99 with iTalk broadband, but it keeps cutting out. You see, the trouble is, it's difficult because you don't know where. It's difficult to find out where the fault is. Is it BT's problem or iTalk's? Very difficult to discover where the fault is on some of that wired broadband. With Virgin, of course, it's all their line. That's the thing. With so many other companies, including Vodafone, actually, Vodafone broadband, it's all their equipment is in the exchange. But the last bit of cable is owned or run by BT. And what can often happen is that they blame each other. It's not our fault, and they say it's not their fault. That's a big problem with internet and sharing phone lines and things like that. Dr. SOS Gregorian is off to church. Have a nice mass this morning, sir. Do let us know what hymns you're playing later on. Shania went to church yesterday night. Oh, I don't really go to night time. Boy, I can't really because I go to work as well. Dancing Queen, Shania. Da, da, da. Do you know it was 45 years ago yesterday that Abba won the Eurovision Song Contest? Ba 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 ba. Wanna do? Da 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 da. Love it. Adrian, we're getting ready for lunch with Mother in Maidenhead, not far from here, Maidenhead. Do pop in and see Theresa May while you're there, dear. She'll be at church at the moment. Theresa May goes to church in Maidenhead. I keep thinking I might turn up there just to see if I can meet her. I bet she's probably surrounded by people in dark suits, isn't she? Protecting her against evilness. Yes. Adam, I remember correctly when mobile phone first started. 1-to-1, now 0-2. Yes. Use the old Boreham Wood by exchange. And do you remember 1-to-1? They had this thing where and it was wonderful at the time because it was the only people doing it where it was free calls after a certain time. Now, of course, we're all used to just simply paying 20, 30, 40, 50 pound a month per month for a phone because you're buying the phone as well. Or if you've got a SIM card, anything from sort of £5 a month up to, I don't know, whatever. And it's all included, isn't it? You make as many calls as you want. But when mobile phones came out first, you had to pay for calls, and it was like 50 pence a minute. It was really expensive. But 1-to-1, I think they were the first people to come out, and they had one fee, and you paid this fee per month, and after a certain time of the day, I think it was possibly 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., it was free calls between that time. So these people didn't use the phones during the daytime. Nothing worse than egg snot. Oh, Sarah, don't. It's awful, isn't it? Adrian, £5 British Telecom broadband fibre, 60 to 80 meg, or the fast one, whatever it is, but they don't cook breakfast. Wayne, it's iTalk's problem. I saw those advertised, actually, iTalk. I saw the price of those, and I thought I might look into that. I shan't now. Sky and Talk were fine on the line. It must be them then. Yeah. Wow. That's a shame, isn't it? All right, so I showed you me, what's the time? Oh, it's 10:05. I'll have to disappear shortly, boys and girls. A programme to watch tonight on the telly, Line of Duty. Have you watched that? You've got time to watch the first one. If you haven't seen it yet, get it on the iPlayer. Oh, it's so good. All I will say is that right at the end, I was quite upset. She didn't deserve that. That's all I'm saying. If you saw Line of Duty, it is amazing. Please, put your phone in another room or turn it off while you're trying to watch that. You need to concentrate on the programme and you'll realise what's going on. It's fantastic. First one was on last Sunday, now on the iPlayer. Looking forward to episode 2 tonight of Line of Duty. Yes, indeed. This week, actually, I'm going to Legoland this week. My nephew and his family, that's Stacey, Evie, Olivia and Harry, they're all coming down to Legoland. So they're coming down on Tuesday afternoon. So I've got Tuesday and Wednesday there. So I'm not up at the caravan this week. So very much looking forward to that. My favourite part of Legoland is the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday. The all-you-can-eat pizza and ice cream. They got these little pots. Oh, it makes you die, dear. They've got these tiny little pots. And it is on all you can eat. You pay, is it $9.99 maybe? Can't remember. $9.99 or something. And you just go up and help yourself to pizza. And there's pasta. And there's Coca-Cola. And that's all included. All included. And then afterwards you have ice cream. Little pots like that. So you get 5 of them. Fill them all up and take them back to your table. And you just keep going up. Can't move. Don't go too early because you can't get on the ride. Trying to sit in a little seat. I tried to get on a child's ride. I didn't know it was a child's ride. Last time I was there, who was it? It was my niece and her family. I went over to this like a roundabout thing, and swings are hanging down on chains. Yeah, and I can't get my arse in this. Someone, excuse me, sir, that's a child's seat. Oh, okay. Oh dear. So we're going to Legoland and the all-you-can-eat pizza and ice cream buffet. Oh yeah, they've got a fantastic Lego shop up there. Wow, you've never seen so much Lego in all your life. There's stuff there that you wouldn't expect Lego. Some very expensive stuff and some more pocket money stuff in there for the little children. You always get a little box like that for about £5 or something like that. Or you can spend, now how much is this thing I saw? £450 for the Lego Star Wars Death. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so that wouldn't interest me. But the Star Wars Death Star at Lego, that's about £450. I kid you not. I mean, I don't know how many of those they sell. I've got a little bus. What have I got? I've got this. There you are. Great niece Emily bought me that. It's a little rose. It actually came like that. And I've got a bus. Hang on a minute. I've got a bus. 1 minute. Here's my Lego bus. And great nephew George bought me this. Look at that Lego bus. I put that together myself, you know. For children 3 to 8 years old. Took me weeks. You get the little stickers. I think the hardest part of these things is getting the stickers on straight. I'm not very good at that. Don't ask me to come round your house and put shelves up. No chance at all. They'll be like that wonky. Put something on the edge and it'll either slide straight off or the shelf will simply come off the wall straight away. So looking forward to Legoland this week. Adam loves scrambled eggs, but so many people don't know how to do them properly. I do mine in the microwave, scrambled eggs. They come out lovely in there, all fluffy and nice. I think I might do a YouTube video as people say they love my scrambled eggs. Do it, Adam. Do a YouTube video of scrambled eggs. Sarah Lou Lace, my hubby and kids adore Line of Duty. They say it's brilliant. Oh, it is. Have you seen the first one yet, Sarah? That was on last week. Really good. Michael's a bit late. Michael's missed half the show. How rude are you, Michael? Do try and keep up with us, dear. Shania, are you going to church on Good Friday? Of course. Of course. Of course, 3 o'clock. It's only in a couple of weeks, isn't it? How quickly has Lent gone? I didn't do too well on Lent. I'm sorry to tell you, Shania. Not done too well. And mate, that's because I went to Cyprus. It's because I know I'm looking for blame. So when is it? Let's have a look. So we've now had this, what, 5th? So one. It's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time is Good Friday, the 19th of April. And that come round quick. Gosh. And then we've got Easter Sunday. I'm playing the organ next week for Palm Sunday, but not Easter Sunday. I haven't got the Easter Sunday Mass. Very disappointing, dear. Very disappointing. Haven't given me the Easter Sunday. Well, obviously not important enough. Oh well, never mind, dear. Never mind. Got the Palm Sunday, not the Easter Sunday. There we are. I should make sure I go on Easter on Easter Sunday and stand at the back and sing completely out of tune just to put everyone off. How dare they not give me Easter Sunday? Why is that? Sarah, I think most people only know how to do scrambled eggs in the microwave. There you go. They're all right in a hurry, but so rubbery. I don't know about that, Sarah. My scrambled eggs come out all right in the microwave. Maybe you're doing them a bit too long, dear. You're supposed to be a minute or a couple of minutes, dear, not an hour. Poor old Sarah. She's probably got smoke coming out. Oh, are they done yet? The smoke pouring out the microwave. Wayne, at least you're not taking Jimmy this time, so to the all-you-can-eat. Yeah, well, that was a waste of time last week. I took my nephew out to an all-you-can-eat buffet at Pizza Hut, and he had 3 slices. I'm full up now. What? I'm full up. This is an all-you-can-eat buffet. Go and have some more. No, I'm full up. What a waste of money that was, dear. Adrian, you haven't showed us any of your new Lego, but I haven't got any new Lego. There is no new Lego here. Scrambled eggs in a microwave, you have to be very careful. If you go cooking too quickly at the gas stove slowly, much more creamy, richy flavour. You can play Ride On in Majesty. I know that one. Thank you, Shania. All right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. We haven't done any of the news stories today, have we? We haven't done news stories at all. Never mind. Happy birthday on this Sunday, the 7th. I'll do yesterday's birthdays as well because we weren't here yesterday. Happy birthday on this Sunday, the 7th of April, 2019, to lovely Marcus Fitzsimmons. Good morning, Marcus. Very, very good friend of mine who used to come as a Black Cap customer. You would have known him, actually, Adam. Marcus Fitzsimmons. He came up, I was DJing at in Leeds, about 20 years ago, and he came up there. I had a Golf at the time, and on the way home, it started saying empty. I don't know how we managed to make it back to the petrol station. We actually had to come off the M25 and go into Heathrow to fill up. Because, I mean, it must have been running on fumes for miles. My old Golf. God knows. And it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. And we were so tired. And I didn't want to have to stop to get petrol, but we did. Oh, God. I think it was diesel, actually. And the thing is, with a diesel engine, you don't want that to run out. Because it's a devil to get it going again. So that was the trip to Leeds that we had. Happy birthday to Jacqueline Veens. Good morning, dear little Jackie in Earlsfield, who isn't in Earlsfield anymore, who I used to work with at British Telecom in Wimbledon, which is no longer there. It's all posh flats now. That place, we were directory inquiry operators. Good morning, London Directory. And we used to change our voices. London Directory. London Directory. Oh, it was the most boring job in the world. I was there for a few years. Directory inquiry operator. Good morning, dear little Jackie. Susan Greer is today 37 years old on this Sunday. And yesterday's birthday. So yesterday, of course, Saturday, the 6th of April, 2019. Yesterday's birthdays were Tommy Durkin. Good morning, Tommy. Who works a lot with music, don't you, sir? And yet another Black Cap customer. Good morning, Tommy. Kevin Spector, who was my boss when I was at Liberty Radio. I just did a little overnight show there, which was great fun, actually. It was tiring. I used to do 2 a.m. till 6:30 in the morning. It was a medium wave station in London. And they were taken over by these religious people. We had bishops on there and everything doing. I can't remember the sort of religion it was now. It was a very, very small religious organisation. I think they were Christian. I don't know what branch of Christianity they would have gone on. But yeah, Kevin was my boss there for a while. So good morning to you, Kevin. Hope you had a nice birthday yesterday. Eira Ralston. Good morning, Eira. Happy birthday to you for yesterday. Martin Pugh's birthday yesterday. And Jason. Jason, who's boss at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. I don't know if you're still there, actually, for years and years and years. Ever such a nice chap, 47 years old. 47? Oh, come on, Jason. I think you're a bit more than that. Anyway, happy birthday to you all, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Okie doke, I must go nice and quickly now, boys and girls. Got to jump in my car and go over to the Corpus Christi in Wokingham for our service today. Have a lovely Sunday, and hopefully I'll see you again at some point tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.